Open Tabs podcast. What am I going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to share two cool tools or services that you can use to not only meet with your customers or prospects, but also quicker, I think, make that whole process faster and easier and probably less cumbersome than you have been doing in the past. And I'm talking about two things. The first one is I'm talking about the actual meetings. And then the second thing is I'm talking about the correspondence or the messages that go back and forth to get those meetings set up. Now, let me just give you a scenario. As an example, you've got some lead generation tools, whether they be a free registration to a community, or perhaps you've got a download, or even you're booking a meeting. This is one of the common things that people do, especially when they have an agency or something along the lines of, hey, I'm selling my time, some coaching, a particular productized service, but I need some interaction with the customer. And one of the things that you do is you often book some time for a Zoom call. And personally, been using Zoom for a long time. And in fact, it's not my favorite tool. There's a couple reasons for it not being my favorite tool. But here's the big one. I find the interface really cumbersome. And what do I mean by that? Is a lot of times sharing of the screen can be difficult. And more importantly, I've got dual monitors set up here. One of the things that often happens is you kind of get lost as to where's the thing that I can see the people if I'm just having an actual one-on-one session, not a webinar, but I'm having one-on-one session, or where's the tool to, for example, share the screen or give the other person. And there's usually just that kind of ribbon across somewhere on one of the monitors, and it's like you're looking all over for it. And it always seems that if you do want to share something ad hoc, where it's not like a set kind of presentation, whether it be a screen or a resource or another screen or another service that you have, it's just cumbersome. It's not easy. So one of the tools I'm going to show you right now is something that makes those meetings maybe a little easier and faster, but more effective. So here's the one I'm going to share with you right now. This is a particular tool, and it's called Sessions. And Sessions is a replacement for Zoom. This is a new tool. And I'll just go back to the main page here. Hopefully you can see it on the screen. So Sessions is a brand new tool. I've got an account here, playing around with it. One of the open tabs we had, it was referred to me by, can't remember now, I'll put the link below. Oh, by the way, all the links for these tools and services are in the description below. And if you haven't already, make sure to register at the trainingsites.io community and or subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel here. Do the likes, the subscribe, notifications, everything. That would be greatly appreciated. Back to Sessions. So we got Sessions, and what Sessions is, it is a nice clean interface, a replacement for Zoom that has additional features built into it. But more importantly, it's got an easier way when you're doing pitches and or showing other resources like Vimeo videos, like YouTube Vimeos, like things on your Google Sheets or Google Docs or Google Slides. It's got some built-in services for that. So here's what it is right now. Sessions, just to give you an idea, it's great for bookings, meetings, webinars, agendas, transcripts, and cloud storage. So this is just a kind of a Zoom on steroids, and it's got a nice clean look to it. So just to give you an idea, like we have some tools that we use that are built in or baked into WordPress for doing for meetings and bookings that are tied to the CRM. This is a software as a service, so you got to be prepared for that. It's not part of your WordPress site, but it still can be part of your stack of tools that you're using. So let's take a look inside. Again, this isn't a how-to on how to use it. I just want you to have a chance to be aware of it and consider it as you're figuring out how am I going to get in touch and have meetings with my clients and my prospects and do it in a way that is the most effective. So let's go take a look at a session. I'm logged in as a user here, and one of the things that you'll notice on the left-hand side, we have the ability to do a calendar, and these calendars are connected to your existing external calendars, things like your Gmail calendar. We've got the ability to do book me's, and you can, again, this is the same as using Calendly or any of those particular tools, but they're designed to go directly into the actual meeting. We can have events, for example, where they're live events, webcasts, broadcasts that we're doing similar to Zoom. We've got rooms, breakout rooms, again, all available here that we can use. Agendas, okay, pretty straightforward. Workspace agendas shared with me. And again, these are ones that allow you to have a little more control, especially if you're doing something along the pitch. And then here's the one that I really like. So we have the ability here to have files or setups of files where, for example, we can go and use videos that we have or put together. And I'll give you some examples here. So whiteboard, we can do a whiteboard. We've got YouTube. We've got different forms that we can have people fill in, all of the Google things here. We've got Pitch, which is another service, and then Vimeo. So we're in a position now where we can use all these other assets and quickly bring them into a meeting or session. So this one's kind of cool. I want you to consider it. Again, I put the link below. I believe they have a free trial. It's pretty inexpensive. Let me just double check for you on that one just to make sure the pricing. Yeah, so the business one, Pro Starter Solo, $19 a month, and they do have a free one. So go check it out. Again, links below. I think if you've got kind of a close community or it's a lot of one-on-one stuff, this might be something that is of interest to you to replace Zoom and or Calendly meetings to kind of bring it into one piece. So that's one of the ones I wanted to share with you. Now, here's the other one that's kind of tied together is when we're using or getting up these meetings, obviously you try and automate it as best you can. You want people to join your community. You want to sell online courses. You want to sell coaching. You want to do upsell. You need to get in, have some correspondence back and forth with these people. Well, one of the things you can do is, you've got your emails or even automations in your CRM tool, is you might end up going and you might say, you know what, I really need to go to ChatGPT and I really need to go and get some email templates set up so that I know in Google or whatever CRM tool I'm using that if someone says this or sends me a message about this, this is what I can reply with. And they're often called reply templates, something along those lines. You have someone who books a session in sessions.us, they do a meeting and they're going, what do you need to do to prepare? What are the things that you need or want them to bring to it? What are they can expect? You may have an automation for doing that, but what happens if you don't? Well, you go to ChatGPT and you take a look and you say, okay, create a series of emails that I can send or create some snippets that I can use in my emails or correspondence back and forth. Well, here's where the next tool comes in. And this one's an AI tool. Why don't you take a look at this one because it goes hand in hand with our good friend Google. And what is it? It's a Chrome extension. So what this one does is it allows you not to use ChatGPT to create actual set interactions that you use as templates in your Gmail. What it is, it's an AI tool that kind of learns and thinks based on the content of the messages and the threads and interactions that you've been doing with. And that's something that can go and be added to your existing browser. So it's an extension. Those are the ones that just show up across the top ribbon in your admin panel here. For example, I've got Social Pilot, our social meal tool. I've got Vimeo here. We've got vidIQ, a couple other tools we've talked about. But this one's very, very interesting because it's AI powered. So just to give you an idea, we're in a position here. Think of it as an assistant, right? So we've got web-aware commands, use prompts to refine your LinkedIn resume, things like that. But this is the one that's important, I think, in my kind of look at it, is writer that mimics your style. So you're in a position here that the writing style that you use normally in your email and in the text, it learns from it and allows you to basically have those done up for you using the AI tool that's in the extension. Okay, so that really is a kind of a neat one. That one, go take a look at. That's a newer one. Pricing on that one, we've got, let me just do, there we go. So we got $19 just to get going. So AI commands, predefined commands, chat history exports. So these predefined ones, if we've got things like, for example, we want to talk about particular meeting requirements or something like that, we can put commands right into it and it automatically populates it. Okay, so kind of cool tools. Those are ones that you might want to consider when you're building out your education business. Again, these are ones that just run into as open tabs, things that we've been doing on a regular basis. And if you haven't, again, already joined trainingsites.io, please make sure to join the community and get ready for more open tabs. I'm doing them every day. We just take a look the previous day, what we kind of ran into, tools that we end up using or evaluating, and take a look at them. Links are below. I hope you enjoy these. Take care. Expect the best. This is James Maduke speaking. We'll see you again tomorrow.